What's good, everybody? Sixers Graham here. Before I start the video, I want to remind you guys to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you are new. Really helps the channel grow, and turn on post notifications. So in today's video, we are reacting to NBA Twitter's worst takes. This should be a fun one, so without any further ado, let's get into it. Our first submission is from JB's GOAT. My guy Matt says, I still think the Pelicans would have won the chip in 2019 had everybody re-signed and healthy. Yeah, this is a pretty bad take, and in my opinion, which makes it even worse, is he says, I still think, as if he thought that in 2019 too, which is just sad. But Matt, I really hope this was a troll, because although Anthony Davis, Drew Holiday, Julius Randle were all good NBA players, this is nowhere near a championship team, even healthy, especially considering how competitive the West was that year, and LeBron James was on the Lakers, which is in the Western Conference. So this was a pretty bad take. Next up, we have Marty sending in a Sixers Matty tweet, and Matty says, I was told Ben Simmons could lead a team. He's not even the 5th best player on the team. This tweet starts off pretty good. Ben Simmons was labeled by some as a player that can lead a team, and we haven't really seen that yet from Ben this season. But the second sentence in this tweet is just a Maddie overreaction. Anybody on NBA Twitter knows Maddie is infamous for her Sixer overreaction tweets. But yeah, saying he's the 5th best player on the team is very harsh and untrue, making this a bad take. Next up, we have Matt, who we just saw previously. This time he's sending in a tweet from my guy Prez. He said, Kings select Moutier, we ship Embiid and Lakers pick for him, and we have Noel, Okafor, and Moutier, 3 All-Stars right there. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know if this is a real tweet, but Prez was the last guy I was expecting to be in this video. But yeah, 5.5 years later, this is a horrible take. And what makes this even worse is that the 3 guys you mentioned being, quote, All-Stars have never even sniffed an All-Star appearance in their careers. So thanks, Matt, for sending in this absolutely atrocious take. I knew Rusty would eventually make it into the video. We have Avery, the Bill Russell stan, sending in a Rusty Buckets tweet from 2018. He said, imagine thinking Trae Young and Luka Doncic are legit top 5 prospects, with 3 crying laughing emojis. Rusty is one of my favorite YouTubers, but he can have some bad takes, including this one. What puts the cherry on top for this tweet is the fact that he said Trae and Luka. Maybe if he only put one of their names in the tweet, it would make it less of a worse take, but he didn't, and Luka and Trae have panned out to be phenomenal NBA players. Next up, we have Flash sending in another Sixers Maddie tweet. This time she said, we'll never understand why y'all hype up Boogie on this app. He really wasn't that good, lol. If you're on NBA Twitter, you've seen this tweet circulating for days now. To say Boogie wasn't that good is just completely false. Although prime DeMarcus Cousins was definitely not as good as the top centers in the league today, and maybe he is a little overrated, he clearly was not a trash player or wasn't very good. He was still a very good NBA player, and arguably the top center in the league for a number of years. Next, we have this Kendrick Perkins tweet from September of last year. He's backing up an already very bad list by saying, yes, I said it, Bam Adebayo is the best big in the Eastern Conference, ranked number 3rd overall behind AD and Jokic. Carry on. A bad take is nothing new when it comes to Kendrick Perkins, but this tweet is aging worse by the day. I know most people who watch basketball weren't expecting Embiid to have the type of year he's having, but many still put Embiid over Bam at the start of the season. But for Perk to not only tweet this, but to go on live national TV and say this to over 1 million people just makes this a horrendous take. Now, this one's from Rogue, and he's saying that it's a bad take to say that the 2021 Jazz are the 2015 Hawks. This comparison has been all over Twitter since the Jazz started to go on their incredible hot streak, and I'm not saying this is a bad take, I just don't agree with it. I think that this Jazz team is better than the 2015 Hawks because of their star power they have with Mitchell and Gobert, but also their ability to knock down threes at a very high volume, lift them above the 2015 Hawks. But with that being said, those two teams could have very similar playoff exits. Next, we have this tweet from Randall, and he says, Simmons is an above average defender, I'll say that. And no, Embiid is not a top 5 center. Jokic, Bam, Cat, Gobert, Vooch, and Nurk are all better. This is the type of tweet I really hope is a troll, but I have to give him credit. Simmons is an above average defender, no doubt. But to say Embiid is not a top 5 center in the league is just laughable, and once upon a time we were debating Karl-Anthony Towns was better than Joel, but we never debated Vucevic and Nurk over Embiid. This is a trash take. This tweet is sent in from Brian. The tweet says, there are videos of Harden or Kyrie looking like Tony Allen. Simmons is not a good defender. Bro just being babied into being talked as elite in other things because bro can't shoot a basketball. Now this tweet just screams casual. It's pretty obvious Rah-Rah 1.0 does not watch basketball, and yes, you can find videos of Harden and Kyrie playing really good defense for a possession or two, but Ben Simmons does this on a night-to-night basis on 95% of possessions in a game. People like this just make me mad because they just don't pick up on how elite Ben Simmons' defense really is. Next, we have my guy Darius Slayburner saying, someone told me Zion isn't even top 5 player on his team. And at the beginning of the season, many people were very unsure on how to rank Zion amongst his own teammates and other NBA players, but Zion has proved to be a top 2 player on this team. Zion is the type of player to receive a lot of hate for no reason, and this is just a testament to that. And lastly, we have Chris sending in a tweet from Trevor Glass, and he said, Miami Heat picked Bam Adebayo at number 14. He's an undersized Dwight Howard. Very bad pick right there. Low ceiling. Grade is a D. This is one of those tweets where it just gets worse by each sentence. First of all, I'm not sure what's bad with having an undersized Dwight Howard, especially with the league gravitating towards more small ball. Secondly, though many people didn't like the Heat taking Adebayo at 14, I don't think I've seen many people label him as a, quote, very bad pick. And just to say that he has a low ceiling is just absurd because we knew all how talented Bam Adebayo was out the draft. So this was a very, very bad draft recap from that number 14 pick. That's all from me today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this type of content, please leave a like and subscribe for more videos.